In this video, we are diving into the ServiceNow Custom Guide, helping you understanding what counts, what is exempt, and how to stay compliant with your licensing agreement with ServiceNow. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are new to the ServiceNowStar, welcome. This is your certified technical architect, Mohammed Rashid Kamal. So, whether you are an admin, a developer, or an architect, this video is packed with critical knowledge that are really important for you to understand what is count and what is not count. If you haven't yet watched my first another video that talks about the licensing structure or the ServiceNow subscription structure, the licensing structure that was well covered with another video, you can find the link here at the top, custom table in ServiceNow. Okay. Custom table in ServiceNow, it is a table, any table you or your team created, either you or yourself or your team created, are called custom tables. And these custom tables, or they can even be installed on the ServiceNow platform that wasn't provided by ServiceNow. If a table that wasn't provided by ServiceNow, either you created or someone created or installed into your platform, it's called a custom table. That's short and precise answer. This includes tables like built for your custom application or automations or even for your data structures. Those are all called custom tables. Now, we also talk about custom table fields. Those are the individual field you need in your custom tables. Okay, the fields you, that are created on your custom tables are called custom fields. And keep in mind, both the table and also the field contribute to your platform usage and also licensing. Okay, let's put that in our mind. These, the custom tables and also the custom fields that you create them on top of your custom table, both of them are, or these two categories are really important when it comes to considering your platform usage and also licensing structures. Okay, now let's talk about what is App Engine. Okay, App Engine is now really coming into the service now, and when it comes to that, this App Engine is very important. Many customers have their App Engine starter, and they include tools like Studio, Mobile Studio, or guided app creators, or even they use a small number of custom tables. So you also need to know about these direct task inherited tables. These extend from the task table and are fully custom tables, whether you extend them, okay? But these are also called custom tables. One thing to watch to for a direct task inherited tables cannot be considered part of your App Engine starter entitlement, and they require an App Engine subscription as well. So we gotta remember that. And these tables are exempt. Now let's talk about what are the tables that are exempt. Okay, exempt from subscription or license. Okay, not every table counts against your licensing. We're going to talk about this in detail here, the tables. You can extend certain out of the box tables. Okay, there are certain out of the box table that you can extend that doesn't count, like for example the CMDB, sys underscore user preference. Okay, and sys transform map. You can create as many transform map as you want. You extend from that one and create up to 1,000 times, not a problem. It doesn't count to your subscription. Okay, that's what it is. Gotta keep in your mind so you don't need to worry about these custom tables that is being created through extending your transformer map or CMDB or sys user preference. Those are fine. You can go ahead and extend those tables. One of the exemptions include many-to-many tables. These are M2M tables. You mainly use them for mapping a data. For example, you have a control objective and a citation. These control objective and citation, you can map them using M2M, many to many tables, and those are exempt. There's also remote tables that are exempt from this licensing. Archive tables, any table that can be archived, table rotation shard, these also exempt from subscription. And there is also a document table created by ServiceNow apps. But remember, these have a field limits. They typically 50 custom fields per exempt. So you got to remember that there is a 50 Okay, 50 custom fields that are the one exempt table. So you have to remember that. But except that is document tables are created from the ServiceNow app. They are also exempt. So we got to remember that way there. Okay. All right. So these are examples of extendable tables. You can extend from CMDB, CMN location, CMN schedule, KB knowledge, SC cat items, and also sys import to set table. Okay. Now, let's talk about one very important thing. Important things when you talk about the exemption. There are archive tables, rotation tables. Okay, remote tables. These are tables marked as a remote table in your dictionary. Those are fine, fine. Many too many tables. We talked about them in the document table. These are all fine to extend and also to create those tables, and you are exempt from being in a subscription account on you. Okay, now let's talk about the field limitation. Okay, field limitation table wise, there is an app engine starter table. You got a maximum custom table field of 50, and exempt tables are 50 as well. So each app engine starter and exempt tables is limited to the number of custom table field that may be created by the customer. So the number of these custom table fields entitled on each custom table is determined by the App Engine package that you may purchase from the ServiceNow or the table type as indicated on the table above, ladies and gentlemen. Those are an important thing to remember in our brain. So in ServiceNow built App Engine, you are covered unless you customize them further by adding new fields. Yes, those are fine. Okay. Anything that created the ServiceNow that are built from the apps, you are covered, but unless you customize them or add anything to them. That's why we need to make sure before you customize, understand those. Those are an important thing here. Now, in ServiceNow, assigning a custom tables is it could be very common thing. Any items you create or install a custom tables in your production, you must explicitly assign to a valid App Engine product or entitlement in your subscription. So this is very critical. You create a table in your ServiceNow, you have to make sure that table is really mapped to that entitlement that you have. This really help you because it's gonna track your usage. Not only that, it help you to avoid any surprise at true up time. Okay, and it help you to stay compliant as well. Okay, what about any ServiceNow store downloaded apps? Okay, downloaded apps or any application that you downloaded. Now, in this case, there is a free starter built to store download that require a customer to have an entitlement for the number of included custom tables through your App Engine subscription product integration. And type application are exempt unless expanded. Unless you expanded, those are free. Now, there is also a paid partner built store download. Paid partner. Remember, these are a paid partner build store downloads. These include embedded entitlement for the custom table, including a do not custom customer tables, and also require no additional entitlement unless expanded with an additional custom table. Okay, and do not require custom tables or entitlement. These are the ServiceNow built-in store downloads. If you download a store apps, those doesn't require any custom tables unless you make them in a custom. But if you use them out of the box, you're good to go. You have no issue on them. You can go ahead and continue use them. Now, these custom table assignments. Now, when you assign a custom table, you talked about how important assigning a custom table. Okay, if you go beyond that, because that's what the reason when you assign these custom tables, you have to make sure you assign to the correct license structure that you have. Okay, you create or install these custom tables creation or installation in your production instance. Once you move the change into your production environment, now the second thing you should do is explicitly assignment. These customers must explicitly assign the table to the now platform App Engine production. Where should they go? Gotta put that. And third thing is verification. Assignment verify the subscription usage compliance. Now, what this going to happen is this creation or installation of this custom table in your production instance, it require the customer to explicitly assign those custom tables to a now platform App Engine product or It also expresses your custom table entitlement that granted with the purchase of another product to verify your subscription usage. Okay, you can just deploy these custom tables into your production because it's gonna make you incompliant during the tune up. So you gotta make sure that you have to assign them correctly. Okay, now, let's talk about some very important thing here when it comes to the App Engine starter usage. This starter usage give you a limited creation right up to the donated number per product description. So whenever you purchase a given product, there is a limit on it. So you got to make sure that limit is not reached, and also restricted usage only for a configuration and also extension of included applications. Okay, if you exceeding limitation, it require an App Engine product subscription. So if you have that starter, and if you are exceeding the limits, you need to have an exceeding limitation that require you an App Engine product subscription. Okay, customers only granted the right to create or install up to the denoted number of custom tables per their product description of each subscription, the service that customer entitled to understand to under contract, the contract that they have. So these direct task inherited tables exceed the number of App Engine starter usage definition, then they cannot be considered as an App Engine starter. Okay, they will become, they exceeded already, they need to have this App Engine product subscription that's higher level, higher cost. So they need to make sure that they are not reaching, or your client doesn't reach that limit. Now let's talk about the grandfathered custom table eligibility. This grandfathered custom table eligibility, some older customers may have a grandfather custom tables. These were granted during the migration from the legacy products. Okay, only custom tables created before the contract date are eligible. That's what it is. Now, priority is based on the creation date. Okay, that's what it is. The creation date when they are created, and also the earlier is the better. Okay, the earlier is the better. And these entitlements are fixed and they cannot be changed. You can't change them, even if your account ownership change. Okay, it's gonna stay the same. And yes, direct task inherited tables are excluded here too as well. Any direct task, they will be excluded. So you will have this immutable entitlement is an account entitlement to these grandfathered tables is fixed and immutable for the accounts, and also the entire duration even with the ownership change. Okay, even the service now ownership change, everything stay the same. Great. Now, and that really covers what we have covered today. Was that we know that custom tables limit, we understand the custom tables limit. We watch for the direct task inherited tables. That's something we need to really watch, the direct table inherited tables, and also use of the exempt tables wisely, because these tables are exempt, so we gotta be careful on that one. Assigning everything clearly in subscription management is very important, especially once you deploy your ServiceNow updates it to production. If you have any custom tables, so you have to make sure you have to align them to the correct entitlements that you have, and also checking your store downloads before you scale them is very important. Okay, so do not customize. If you need to customize your store apps, you need to make sure what change is going to bring it to your instance. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that really covers today's session. It's very important to understand with this in this video. Help you, if it help you understand the ServiceNow custom table better, give it a thumb up and the subscribe to the ServiceNow Star for more insights. Drop your question below. I would love to hear how you manage your custom tables in your environment. And please check the video description for the link to the full custom table guide and also related resources that I put out for you guys. So you can have that one in the description here, also on the first comment I pinned them. All right, that covers Muhammad Rashid Kamal from the ServiceNow Star. We'll see you on the next time. Have a great day, everybody. Bye bye.